Hello, my friends. It is that time again. We are here for part 3 of, I'm calling this the owl page from the Into the Wild coloring book by Mystic Art Mirrors. And if you haven't seen the flip through on that, I did that on my channel. I don't know, maybe it's a little over a week ago. So you can go look at that if you haven't seen it. And also please check out part 1 and part 2 of this video as well. So I decided to tackle my fear, and we're just going to jump right in and do the owl today. And the reason that it makes me afraid, that's kind of a weird word, but apprehensive, is that I'm doing it on camera and I didn't do a test of it. I'm just going to do it just like I would do it if I was at home. Well, I am at home, but you know what I mean. If I was not on camera and I was just coloring, I'm just going to do it that way, and we'll see what happens. So I like to color things with some amount of realism for the most part. And because Kristen's drawings are a little bit more fantasy, it might be a little bit of a struggle for me to get this to look the way I want it to look, but we're going to give it a shot. So as usual, I found a couple of photos online to use as my guide and for my colors and things like that. So that is what I'm going to do. I have that on my iPad right next to me, and I've pulled out some colors that I think hopefully might work. And the hard part, or one of the hard parts for me, is that I decided that I was going to do this whole page just in Polychromos, and I don't always have the colors that I want in just one brand of pencil, which is why I have multiple brands of pencils and often mix them together. But we're going to try and do this with just polys, and we're going to see just polys plus my Prisma White, because I cannot do a page without my Prisma White. So I'm probably not going to talk a lot. I am going to be concentrating quite a bit to try and get this to come out the way I want it to. So just hang in there with me. I have to let go of the idea that this has to look exactly like a barred owl, because it's not going to. So I'm just gonna go for it, and we'll see what we come up with at the end. So, alrighty, so here we go. The closest thing that I could come to as far as what I want to do for the beak is Beige Red. So I'm going to start there, and I just noticed that I have a little bit of a, I think I erased this because I wanted his beak to be a little bit pointier. So that's what I did. Okay, so Beige Red. I think we want to do a little bit of white. Right there. Now his face is mostly white, so I'm debating on whether I should use the paper as the white. I might start there and then just blend it all out with white. So this is Pompeian Red, and it's just for, gosh, I don't even know if I need this because his face isn't really, I don't know. I'm going to shut up now and I'm just going to color. So let's see, what have we got here? Terra Cotta. Let's start there. So his I don't know what I would call it, the little heart shape. The heart shape around his face, because barn owls all have that cute little heart shape. So we're going to add that in here. And then, how do I do this? Let's see. I think I'm going to go under these fluffy feathers, kind of. So I think the best thing to do for me is going to be to lay down, kind of block out the color a little bit, and then come in and add the detail, sort of. I don't know. Okay, this is Raw Umber. I think I'm going to need an even darker brown than that, though. So how about then Dyke Brown? What's that? Walnut brown. Burnt umber. Sure, I have everything but the one that I want. Yeah, Van Dyke Brown is even darker, so let me find that. I know I have it, unless it's not out. Burnt umber, walnut brown, Van Dyke Brown. Okay. This probably should even be darker than that. Light yellow ochre. None of these colors are quite what I want. Let's see what happens if I mix the Terra Cotta over the top. The Terra Cotta is not quite dark enough. The light yellow ochre is a little bit too yellow. Let's see, what else could I use to darken that up? This is where having, burnt sienna would be good. This is where having that color swatch chart. It's just, I could not do this without that color swatch chart. Oh, that's better, I think. Okay, we're going to go with that. So, if you're watching this new, meaning it's not 2 months old, I'm getting very excited because Faebruary 2021 is just over a week away. And I'm going to be participating again, doing a premiere video, and I'm going to tell you that I pretty much squealed with delight when they told me which artist I was going to be coloring. So I will share with you now that I am going to be coloring Sarah Richter. And she has drawn, I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, they've kind of just started promoting all of the images and stuff for February, but she drew the most gorgeous, hunky, I'm going to call him a fae, F-A-E, because it just doesn't seem right to call him a fairy. Nothing derogatory in that term. It's just he's so masculine that he, yeah, oh God, he's just yummy. He's really a good looking page, and it is, it's going to be so fun to color. I'm quite excited about it. So that is happening Sunday, the 7th of February at 11 Pacific Standard Time. I'm in Mountain Time, so Mountain Time it's noon. And we're going to have 2 hours to get as far as we can with the image. And then I will finish him up that week just on my regular channel. So they're shortening the event by a day because it's a lot. 24 hours a day for 3 days in a row is a lot of work for the creators of the event, and you know, we all of us try and, you know, be there and participate in the live streams and all that, and 3 days was a lot, so they're cutting it back. But that's okay. It's all good. So hopefully I will see you guys then. We're going to do another premiere video like we did the first time. So I'll be there to be able to chat with you guys, not live chatting on the on film, but I will be there in the live chat room talking and stuff. So that should be a lot of fun. I'm very excited. The images, it's so cool. I might even, I have it printed, I think, so I might even show that to you, give you a little sneaky peek. Okay, is this what I want to do? I don't. Let's see. Are we starting? I'm not sure. This is either the beginning of the wings. I can't decide. Let's see. This is Terra Cotta. What happened there? Okay. I don't know what to do now. I'm gonna do. I don't do well when I don't know for sure that it's going the way I want it to go. Okay, now I gotta decide what I want to do with the eyes. So if this was a real barn owl, the pictures that I have all show just nothing but a big black. I mean, the eyes take up the entire thing. So I have to decide if I want him to be a fantasy barn owl or, I don't know. Because if I color it in, well, if I color it in and I hate it, I could always erase it. Yeah, I just feel like his eyes just need to be more black without. So if we do that, let's start one section at a time. So if we do that, at least he's got a giant pupil. We could kind of do the best of both worlds. We could leave his pupil big, but still give him some whites. And I think I like I'm going to start there. We're going to do that. Okay, now, do I want beige red? I want something kind of tan and really, really light. And there really isn't anything. So I'm going to use this beige red just kind of under some of these. Okay, I'm going to use it here too. And I am going to come in with my Prisma White, I think, and just lay that down. But it feels a little bit better even already. This might turn out to be a very long video. Okay. I'm thinking I should work on stuff that I might know what I'm doing. So I'm going to come down here and just kind of start putting some some of these are darker than others, but so if you guys don't follow Epic Events Coloring Event Planners, I think is the, I'll put a link to it in the description box below. If you guys don't follow them on Facebook already, you should, because then you can be notified of the different events, and you can get the schedule for when all the other colorists are doing, and so you don't miss out on anything good. Okay, I'm going to start. I'm going to I'm not sure what brown I'm going to need to add here, because I don't want this to get to be too orange for the page, although when you look at the bird, he's pretty Terra Cotta-y. So let me just try the Sienna brown. This is probably the color that I should be using, although it's I think I'm going to give up on trying to make this look like a real barn owl because I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I just don't. Yeah, I don't know. I shouldn't give up so fast. But I also want to make sure that the colors that I wind up using go and coordinate with the page. I don't want it to, you know, look odd. And even though I'm fighting it every time I look over at the color of the owl in this picture, or both of these pictures, there's a lot of terracotta color. So maybe I just need to embrace it. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to put some of this burnt sienna up here because I didn't do that, and I kind of like the way that looks. Okay, I kind of think that this part right here, if I'm looking at the pictures, I'm almost thinking this part right here needs to be more white. So I'm not going to touch that. So I want to come over here. And now Terra Cotta. And light yellow ochre. Let's do a little bit of this over here too. I'm going to leave the tips more light than everything else. So maybe, I think I put some color on there already, but I'm going to try not to add to it, I think. Let those feather tips be white. Okay, we're getting somewhere here. I'm not unhappy. So I have to figure out how I'm going to blend. His chest would be all white, but we're not really seeing his chest. This is probably part of his chest. So I think I'm going to try and leave that white as well. Or light. I don't know if I can do white. Okay. Just do some and Terra Cotta. And burnt sienna. Maybe some burnt sienna in here. I think once we start doing the shading and the shadowing of everything, I think it'll start to feel better to me. Okay, and I want it to be as richly saturated as the rest of the page, so I can't go too light or else it'll look out of place. I think it'll look wrong. Now there are some very, very dark feathers on these. So I'm going to use this Sienna Brown. And let's see, what are we going to do here? I think, oh, I should save that for shading. What does this do? I'm just curious. This is the Ivory. Well, it blends things pretty nicely. I don't think they get, we're not dark enough yet, I think is the problem. But I haven't started doing any shading yet, so like Dyke Brown. Let's see what happens if I use that. I'm not sure if I want to use a brown or black. Maybe I do both, but I do black in a lot skinnier of a line. Yeah, I just have to keep going and trust that it's going to turn out okay. I think that's probably for me the biggest learning curve on using these by themselves is getting used to not knowing what it's going to turn out to be until I'm many, many layers in. I have a lot more color to lay down on this yet. Okay, let's put some of this Ivory on here, but not totally. It's not bad. Okay, so I'm going to do some burnt sienna. Terra Cotta. light yellow ochre. Some of that down here. I think if I don't put enough color on his little, I think that's his like butt feathers, his tail feathers. I'm afraid it'll just look like I didn't, like I forgot it. So that'll be good. We'll start there. Okay, I don't want to do anything with the white Prisma until I get this much more saturated with color, or I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to come back in with more darker color. So that will probably be the last step. Terra Cotta. I'm actually getting ready to break out some Caput Mortem, I think. Let's see. Let's try the Caput Mortem. Okay, I kind of like that. I like that color in here. Not sure that it really belongs, but I mean that it really belongs on an actual barn owl, but I like it. Cooper's talking to a dog outside, I think. I can vaguely hear another dog outside barking. And his bark, Cooper's bark, sounds like he's talking to him, like he's saying hi. Don't know if that's true or not. That wasn't an alarm bark like he does when there's people walking in front of the house. Okay. I don't know why, but I like that, this Caput Mortem in here. So we'll just go for it. And we need to get some blacks in here because the barn owl has all these kind of black stripes, kind of like what she's got going on here. But there's definitely more black than what we have so far. So we have to figure out how I'm going to add that in here. I don't think this is accurate, but I'm going to add it because I like what it's done down here. And I think it's because it kind of, I don't want to say it pinked the color up, but it made the color feel less orange and made it feel more like it would blend with those flowers a little bit better. So okay, so let's, oh, I don't know what to do now. Let's see, I've got Paynes Grey here. One more. And a drink. Okay, so it's a little softer than black. Still might need to have actual black though. I don't want this to just be solid white. I think it needs something. So maybe I need to pull out a lighter gray. So maybe cold gray. What is this? This is 4. Maybe that'll be enough. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I probably don't want to go much darker than that. So we're going to throw some. Okay. Prisma White. Just it's almost like I want to pull out something like Putty Beige for Prismacolor. Maybe once the background is on and stuff, it won't. Because there's something about just plain white without other things blended into it that makes it look unfinished to me. But that's not too bad. You know, maybe we'll try some of this. Although in the picture it looks, you know what I'm going to use? I just got a flash of inspiration. I'm going to use Warm Gray 1. That's probably what I should have used before I added that white Prisma. Oh, it's going on there okay. Okay, now, what does this color look like before I lay any Prisma down? It's a nice gray. It's really super soft. I have no idea why I felt like I needed it, but I did. Okay, I'm going to blend this tail bit out with Ivory. And I think I have enough on here to throw this white down. Okay, I want cold gray one, I think. Yeah, we'll try that. I'm going to put that in under here. And of course, I already laid the white Prisma down, so it's not coming on here as well. Maybe we need a darker color. See, it's all an experiment. I don't know what I'm doing all the time, that's for sure. But I said to myself, don't put that white Prisma down until you've pretty much got this thing done. And what did I do? I jumped the gun and I put the white Prisma down because I was being impatient. Okay, this is Cold Gray 3. we're getting a little bit better results on top of that Prisma. That's better. It's better. It's better. Okay, this all needs more. It all needs more. So I'm going to pull this, I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to show you. See how much darker and richer that those colors are? I mean, really, I really have a lot more to do, and I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I can get it that dark. What's interesting is well, let's see, that's better. I was going to say that I just couldn't seem to get the browns as dark as I wanted them without using black, but I take that back. I stand corrected. I'm afraid to use more of the heavy terracotta color, but it's almost like that's really what it needs. What is this? We haven't used this one yet. This is Sanguine. Isn't Sanguine blood? Rotel. Okay, now see, I'm getting confused. Which color is it? Oh, it is Sanguine. Okay, let's try that. What do we get? Well, I don't dislike it. I think I like it. Caput Mortem. Zoom in just a little bit. Here we go. Okay, let's use some of that over here. Oh, some of this Rotel or Sanguine. I always think of Sanguine as blood, so it seems too orange to be the right name for this, but So when I look at the inspiration photo, his head is definitely lighter. You know, the top part of his body and the front part of his body is definitely lighter than the wings and his back. So I really think I should leave that alone. This is Caput Mortem. But then the other part of me looks at it and goes, it looks unbalanced. So I don't know yet. Ivory. Light yellow ochre. Oh boy, that brightens things up, doesn't it? Well, I like this. And we are, yeah, I like this. We are doing a little cross of fantasy and reality here, so I feel much better about this after adding this color for some reason. Yeah. Was not expecting that, but that's funny. I really like what that just did. Wow. Okay, let's add a little bit up here. I like it. Okay, here we go. That was unexpected. And yeah, I like it. Okay, so there's a lot more black and a lot more stripiness on the real owls. So part of me feels like I need to come in. This is not black. I need to come in with the black and make these a little bit more pronounced. And even add another row, maybe. Yeah, like that. You could also do this with a fine liner if you wanted to. If you really wanted it to be black. But this is working out pretty good so far, so I think I'll just keep going with it. I like it. I like it. You know how you get that like excited, happy feeling as the page or an element of the page starts to come together? That is how I feel right now. I was a little worried, but I'm starting to feel much better about this. Oh my goodness. Okay. We're going to add some up here too. But we'll just keep going right now down here. Now, did I get this the way I want it? Do I want to add any more color down there? Is basically my question to myself. I think they needed a little bit more color. So this is Sanguine. I think I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to leave those last three right there kind of alone. And just a little bit more of the light yellow ochre now. Okay. And I'm going to add the white to the tips before I put the black on. All right, back to black. So I really like the way these feathers seem to have quite a bit more white on the tips where the black is. And I messed up and maybe I got ahead of myself and covered that up with color. So even though I put white on top, it didn't really do a lot. So let's see what happens if I try and erase. Well, that seemed to help. And again, once we get color all around it, it'll show up and look a lot brighter, I think. Okay. Let's do some gray. I don't know that that would be shadow under there, but we're going to do it anyway. Actually, if we do just little marks, like little reverse
V's, so I don't know why I chose to go reverse V's. Who knows? I just picked it. Blend it out a little bit, make it a little bit more. I like it. Okay, I want to add some of these little black dots up here. Am I using black? I'm using Paynes Grey this time. Let's do some bigger, rounder ones to match the ones that she had. So this is the black. Just go like that. And I'm curious. Because her black dots, no, scratch that, back up. The dots on the owl in the picture are intermingled with white. And I just want to see if I'm not sure that this makes much difference, to be honest. Not really. I don't think there's much point, so I'm not going to bother. Okay, so I really like what those look like on these wing feathers. And actually in the pictures, they've got those little black dots and stripes all over their body. So I'm wondering if I want to add some more in here. Let's take our black, add some more to the tail. This is black, right? Yeah, it is. And maybe a second row. And maybe a third row. And I might even go get my black fine liners, because there's area, these are not getting as black as I would like. Okay, I like that. This needs some shading underneath it. So, let's start with, I don't want it to be the same color as that though. What do I want to do? What is this? Raw Umber. No. Well, it's not bad, but that's not going to do it. So let's try. No, not that. I feel like walnut brown might be too dark. Let's try burnt sienna. Start here and go darker. Okay, this is walnut brown. Next, we're going to be bold, I think, and break out the black. I don't know if it's because I'm timid and I'm not pressing down very hard. But it definitely doesn't show up as dark as like when I put Prisma Black on here. I know, I don't mean to keep comparing these to Prismas, but Prismas are what I know. I'm much more familiar with them. I think I'm probably still a little timid with these just because I don't know what they'll do. Okay, I like it. Let's get some shadows up here. Well, it feels a lot darker up here for some reason. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm starting to really like it. Okay, I have no idea why I have that out. That's not what we want. This is Sanguine. Just gonna blend this into the black. Okay, so this color is getting so nice and rich. I'm gonna have to do something up here because it just feels flat compared to what we're doing down here. I'm gonna add some more of this Sanguine in right here. Black. Okay, that has to get blended with something. Caput Mortem. And light yellow ochre. Okay. Still the Caput Mortem under here. And then black. Okay, so I'm gonna do some black somehow under here and hope that I don't mess it up. maybe some Caput Mortem. Caput Mortem right under there. What did we start with in the very beginning when we put the, I think we started with Terra Cotta, but I think I'm going to take this Sanguine and just, because I kind of had a straight line there that I didn't like. I'm getting tickled. He turned out way better than I was expecting. Okay, I think we're almost done on him. More shadow. Okay, so I'm thinking we need to do some black. Right in here. Now I have to decide what color to blend out with. And I think I'm going to do the Caput Mortem. I think my husband's home early. I like that. The whole thing. One more. There we go. Well, that's where we're at so far. I still think I need to figure out what to do on the face. The faces are very, they're very white and plain. But I feel like he really needs something there. So I need to figure out what I'm going to do there. Okay, so before I tackle the face some more, which I think I know what I want to do there, I'm looking at the colors of the owl and the roses, which I oddly didn't really consider and think about. So I think that I'm going to take some of this light yellow ochre and just add a touch of it to these flowers to bring some of the color from the owl into the rest of the page. And we can also add some yellow into the leaves. See, I think that's helping already. Yeah, that helps already. And even though I wasn't going to do it on this one, I think it needs it. Because otherwise the page is, to my eye, not going to be cohesive. So just that little bit helped a lot. And then I think when we add some of the yellow ochre into the leaves, I think that will also help quite a bit. All right, so since our owl is a made-up owl, a made-up owl based on a barn owl, I'm going to ignore what my picture says, and I'm just going to add some stuff to his face because he needs it. His face looked too washed out compared to the rest of it. I like that. We might even add some more color to his beak. So this is the Sanguine. Let's go ahead and try that. We'll put that up at the very top. And we'll blend it with the light peach. Okay, I still think he needs more shadow under his beak. So I'm going to take the Paynes Grey down a little bit too far there. Might need black. Okay. All right. So, I'm curious now about my color scheme. I was going to go ahead and do those mushrooms in red. So, do we think that is still going to work? I do. I think we can do those mushrooms in like dark red, and I think it'll still be okay color-wise for the page. This did not turn out in my head the way I thought that it might. I don't know. I don't know why. Don't know why. But I did say that I didn't have a set color scheme for this page, and I still think it's going to be okay. We will work on it, and we will add some of those gold tones into her beads, and I think it's still going to turn out to be a really pretty page in the end. So I think I am, oh, yeah, I got to figure out what I want to do with, I'm not done yet. I thought I was done. I'm not done. I'm going to have to figure out how I want to finish his eyes. This is Pompeian red. I don't even know why I'm doing that, but
Okay, so we can leave his eyes just the way they are. Or I can still fill it all in so that it's 100% black, which scares me. I guess I could take Posca and cover it if I hated it. There's just something about it that makes me feel like it should all be black. Okay, oh my gosh, I'm doing it. Okay, I'm doing it. And I'm wondering, yeah, that's more, it's more accurate to the look that I want. So this is Raw Umber. I think we'll just do his his eyelids with the Raw Umber. Yeah. And then I think I'm going to take some white. And just put a lighter haze in the center. Like it's kind of like the reflection, but not. And then put that reflection back. Okay, I like his eyes better like that. They look more like what an owl's eye would look like to me. Yeah. Okay. My friends, I think I am done for the day. That is our barn owl. I think he actually came out pretty good. He came out better than I thought he was going to. So on the next video, we will work on everything else, and hopefully we'll maybe if we're lucky, we'll get it all done on the next video. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. It was fun. It was fun. And that is all. So you guys take care of yourselves until I see you next week. And happy coloring. Bye.